Yo, Jonathan here. This is the iPhone 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max in Sierra Blue. Honestly, if you own a 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max, you don't need to upgrade, but if you're coming from an 11 Pro, an 11 Pro Max, or honestly anything before that, it is a really solid upgrade. Easy. So let's assume you were looking at grabbing a 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max last year, but ultimately you held off because you really wanted that 120Hz ProMotion display the rumors hyped up. Maybe you wanted the better camera sensor that the 12 Pro Max offered, but you didn't want the size, or maybe you needed more storage and 512 gigs just didn't cut it. This year, every one of those things are fixed. If you're deciding between the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max this year, it is a much easier decision because it really just comes down to size and battery life. If you want a bigger 6.7-inch display and the best battery life in the 13 lineup, the Max is the way to go. But keep in mind, it is a big, heavy phone. So with that in mind, if you want something a little less massive with a really solid battery life, the 6.1-inch 13 Pro might be the best option for you. They both pack the exact same triple camera system. This year though, the wide and ultra wide angle lens let in more light than the regular 13 and 13 mini, so there is an advantage there, and that telephoto lens now gives you 3x zoom opposed to the 2.5 times we got last year with the 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max. Additionally, one more exclusive thing you get with the Pro lineup this year is macro mode. This is done using the ultra wide angle lens and will work on both photo and video, and as of now it switches automatically as soon as you get close to the object, but if you don't like that, there will be an update that allows you to switch on or off manually. Besides that, both the 13 Pro and Pro Max both pack 5G, MagSafe up to 1 terabyte of storage, ProRAW, ProRes video, which is coming in a future update, LiDAR, night mode across all the cameras, including the front-facing camera, and thanks to LiDAR, that also extends to night mode portrait shots. You also get Smart HDR for cinematic and Dolby Vision video, which aren't Pro exclusive, and brighter displays across the board. So while HDR content remains the same with a peak brightness of 1200 nits, non-HDR things get a bump all the way up to 1000 nits, which makes a pretty substantial difference outside. Without a doubt, the most noticeable feature / upgrade this year compared to the non-Pro phones, or really any other iPhone for that matter, is the ProMotion display. This will get you a silky smooth refresh rate up to 120 Hz, and I say up to because it's adaptive. It'll ramp up when it needs to, but also slow down when it doesn't, as low as 10 Hz, which helps not obliterate battery life. It of course would not be an Apple release though without a little bit of controversy, and the headline this week was Apple restricts third-party access to the iPhone 13's ProMotion display. Damn it, Tim Cook, people are angry, they're upset, and it turns out that it was just a bug and a fix is coming soon that allows third-party apps to take full advantage of ProMotion. That's going to be a lot of parentheses updates to all those articles. All in all, ProMotion is a really enjoyable feature, but at the same time, don't necessarily feel the need to give in to the pressure of the tech space. It doesn't suddenly make every 60 Hz display become obsolete, and I'm by no means saying that you're not going to notice it or enjoy it, because those who need it, those who want it, they're probably blissfully scrolling away right now as we speak. What I am saying is I could probably stay on my 12 mini, not 13, my 12 mini, and be completely content. So as long as you're content with your device, that is what's more important. So cinematic mode, this was something I was both simultaneously really excited to check out and also really apprehensive. It almost was preparing myself to be disappointed, right? It was locked at 1080p. You only had 1 frame rate at 30 frames per second, but the more and more I used it, the more I really enjoyed it. It is by no means perfect, and when you blow it up on high resolution monitor and you pixel peep, it is nowhere near as sharp as pure 4K video. It sometimes just straight out misses, whether it's hair or an object or a hand, but the more and more I just used it over the past couple weeks, the more and more I was like, yo, wait, that was shot on a phone? Honestly, I think the depth of field effect out of the gate, out of the box, untouched, is a little too aggressive, but luckily you can change that prior to recording or after the fact, as well as the point of focus, whether it be the other person or an object. I think once you see it happening in real time, it's a testament to what that A15 is doing, even here while screen recording at the same time. But I think for me, what was the most impressive thing, weirdly, was the fact that it was just fun. Fun, yeah, I think we tend to lose sight of that word, especially in the tech space. But that was my goal with this review. It was less about the phone and more about the creative projects I was trying to finish around this past couple weeks, the people involved, more the how and the why, and the phone just happened to be the device to capture all that. Just like a song or a movie can take us back to a particular moment in life, I think tech can do the exact same thing. And getting a chance to hang with Mark, aka Solder Knows Best, who honestly was probably the #1 inspiration for me to make tech videos. He really helped remind me of that.
Honestly, I'll probably go with the iPhone 3GS.
Really?
Yes.
Over the 4?
Yes. Because that was the one where like I felt like 3G having that capability is like not having that sucked with the first ones. And then I just remember that feeling that was the first time I felt the excitement of like Apple dropping the phone. Like, I think that's when the general public was kind of getting onto it. And so that's kind of like one of my attachments. And I think that was the first video I ever had put on the front page of YouTube. It was on the iPhone 3GS. And that kind of like, I made like $40 that day. But that kind of sparked me. I was like, okay, maybe I can do something. So I think that type of attachment that I have with that phone, with that moment too. And I think that's what all these devices have, man. Like you have that connection. Like you remember that first phone, that first smartphone. You remember that first product, the first car or something that you got, and it might not have been the best, or it might not have all the features and stuff, but you have that connection with it.
So when I think of cinematic mode, it wasn't just going out and shooting a random music video. It was getting a chance to catch up with Julia and Jackson, 2 individuals who make me better not only on the video side, but music as well. I've learned so much just being in the same room as Jackson and looking back at the things we've got a chance to do, starting the music chapter and then fast forwarding today and seeing how far everyone's grown. That is what I'll think of when I think of cinematic mode. As always, huge thank you to Jackson and Julie, and if you want to check out their upcoming work, I got that link down below. Another really cool moment this week was getting a chance to partner with Anchor, like hang out on their website, take over their Twitter, live stream. That was a really special moment. This is obviously not a normal, traditional part of a sponsored video, but if you do want to support the channel, they just dropped the brand new Anchor Nano Pro, which packs a tremendous amount of power in a super compact package. This will pair perfectly not just with the iPhone 13 lineup, but this will charge up to an iPad Pro, which is wild. So again, if you guys want to check it out and support the channel, I got that link down below. This is definitely one of those shots where you almost have to double take, where you're like, was that shot on the phone or the camera? This is a song that we had been working on for months and months, and huge thank you to everybody that helped get it to where it is today. Andrew, Austin, Ann, Blaze, Colin, and then finally getting to hang out with Dave Way at his studio, working on the final mix where the iPhone 13 Pro just casually records us in cinematic mode. And this is a case where the tech becomes secondary and gets out of the way.
That helps, because now it's like still like a vocal to concentrate, not just
yeah.
the effects.
The first Blaze thing, he tracked those, like he flew in and everything was tracked.
Yeah, that was like the night before. Yeah. It's good.
From there, man, if you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be climbing a mountain with Solder Knows Best to shoot a video for a song I was releasing, I don't know if I would believe you, but here we were. In this instance, the iPhone wasn't the focal point. The goal wasn't to shoot a music video with the iPhone. The iPhone became that tool to capture that moment.
So I'm using the 13 Pro, and this is the front camera, y'all. Now look, y'all know back in the day, these front cameras look like we was playing Grand Theft Auto, the version with CJ, San Andreas. But like this joint is clear.
Smartphones and tech in general has inspired me to jump headfirst into HDR video, and I think in this case, it was nice being able to capture the entire event in HDR alongside the video. Yeah, we have a long ways to go before smartphones are gonna come close to a true cinema camera, but the fact that you can even have that conversation, the fact that midway up the hike, we were questioning our lives to the point where If you wanted to bring a smartphone and a pair of AirPods as the audio playback, that was an option for a pretty solid video. That song and the album artwork, which we've converted into wallpapers, is linked down below if you guys want to check it out. It would mean the world to me. And finally, I got a chance to hang out with aerial view and really kind of put the entire camera system to the test. In this instance, it was kind of fun just to almost put a challenge on ourselves to take an Ed Sheeran song that I loved, turn it into a pop punk version of that, record everything in 24 hours, including the song and the video, test out the cameras on the iPhone 13 Pro, getting a chance to put the ultra wide, the wide, and that telephoto to work. Creative styles I think are gonna be fun, but I don't think it's a sole reason to upgrade to the 13 Pro. It's just one more added bonus. And ultimately with this project, it was getting back to that word that we tend to forget, fun, right? Like this felt like making a video back when we all started creating. It wasn't about specs or an embargo or trying to hit some image that we think we have to. It was just getting back to making something, having fun, and then again, using that piece of tech to capture the process. So I get it, this isn't a traditional review, but this was my experience with the iPhone 13 Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to check out any of the music stuff that we made this week, which we had a blast doing, I got a playlist and a link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. This is Jonathan, and I will catch you guys later.
And I got oh you on my mind, yeah. Every time. And I know it might seem crazy, what I'm saying right now, but I don't have any other way, to put it, yeah. But I know I found these simple words, baby, just to say it, to say it. I feel for the storm.